About 10 years ago, na Kofi Adoma no wale and or chin girl be or in one came. But unfortunately, omo having sex no. A plus D year A one phone so. Sana ne ho ba no wa press it. Ena call no call A plus ho. Ena A plus CTA. Oh coffee. Coffee. In the car. After 8 years in the A plus back.
What am I here? Like, and you know, said that was an accident call. First of all, I didn't know one cat when you realized it. What am
I still no enjoy the money.
And you know, sometimes you know, a man day to even have a friend in this day and age. And it's so it's part of why relationships don't last, right? Because for no necessarily intimate communicate, intimate it makes it difficult for us to have a good relationship that will last. Okay. And you know, a sign say, me sure say or china den obekwa ka fa me hu no. And come boy be dey say oh near to say bibia boko okay yo. And how many times they make my hear to say bibia boko? They make out to say hey, and you know, after a week or so, we don't have anything else to talk about. The relationship plateaus and then finally it collapses. And you know, let's build back a society where we can have trust in it. Let's build back a society where there is high moral. Let's build back a society where we can have some sense of dignity. Sebi, once again, there's a reason why Yasuye Mienu, na ya no yebako. You have to listen more and talk less. But since here the only some of us have mouth diarrhea. Mouth diarrhea pa water one need be when you means will be the dear but when you I said see the tumor by a fan assume no. It is very bad. Very, very bad. It, you know, we have to be very, very careful. And yes, Anna, where it's leading to know. First of all, it's spoiling a lot of relationship. Secondly, higher mentally also because we are social beings. When you don't have people to share certain things with, you should have a friend that you can confide in and all of that.
Lonely at the top. It's lonely at the top. It's lonely at the top. Oh.
Because the higher you go, no, the more issues you come with. And you know, you don't have anybody to share with, therefore you become lonely up there. Oh, and you know, and you may go hard, my mommy and Tiase, yeah, any part, but
she had been on the home affair. Now, we didn't really to cry. Obasankoka.
And they have
yeah, but well, no. Well, and so this story I'm catch you here and the confusion bay. Obey to say the lady is good. Is protecting somebody's marriage. So why do we draw the line in privacy and secrecy? Because the husband came to have sex in US.
But Chancellor, then I want to ask the question, say, do you need to be an anoka? And the anobeke be also no has to know where he has to be said that. And the any who anobeke be also know what is the intent behind it.
To keep the marriage of the two of them. So he was telling the wife in Ghana, say, Ukunu, hey, Shani, no ba me home put no di mercy. She told her to any condom so you sue, yeah. A young so you sue condom. So be din rob one can say so the aliabre.
So how is that protecting the marriage? How is that protecting the marriage? I'm confused.
I see I'm protecting my friend so that when my friend too comes to Ghana, and my husband comes to Ghana, my friend can protect. You see what the issue is?
Yeah, I do.
So yesterday there was this, I don't know whether it's a comedy or what, but there was this pastor who was preaching and said, don't tell anybody your story. I am your true man of God. Come and share with me when you sleep with behind your husband. Come and share with me when you go and steal. I will only talk to God. Ask Sister Vincent. About 8 years now, when she has sex with another man and brought a child to the husband. Till today, I've not told the husband. Ask Sister Vincent. Sister Vincent, wave your hands and say hallelujah to the church. And Sister Vincent waves the hand and say hallelujah to the church. This is so a preacher is preaching and is using your incident as an example.
And you are waving to it.
I'm saying that. But he's saying he's the one to keep the oath of secrecy. So at what stage do we hold on to oath of secrecy and privacy? Because they say what you don't know will not kill you. And I say it's a lie. That proverb must be interrogated. Because right now somebody's home is broken because you spoke a truth. Mamba America. Me wa me sika mbet to a hotel. And you see one Jimmy. Now me save hotel money after the conference. Ma bedi ma. Me tia ye benya broni adi ni kakra. Na wa frɛ me yira ka kire me yire say. Video nie to the extent that you send tissues. I have the thing on my phone. It's so strange. Why will you do this? That's my question. To protect the marriage. Now the marriage is collapsing.
And that is the point I was making.
I don't know your take.
There is no protection in this because BBC, no, there is no way you can protect it, right? In doing that, in letting that friend know, no, there is no protection in it. And once again, I think it's more of malice than protection, for real.
Bigay, can I ask you a direct question if you're online?
I never answer the internet, Nana.
Bigay to me, gan. We got me two bomb kesi ebi ama obisa asem. So you see, this statement, when PK, because I quiet to say ano, obi policy ukunu amount. Like I'm in US now, and somebody calls my wife. This is me myself, my brother. Somebody calls my wife and tells my wife that, is he aware that I have a child in America? And the lady lives at XYZ and whatever. And my wife asks the lady, but how did you get my number? He says, oh, I am on the old school platform. Our old school union, I am on that platform because of my husband. So she's not a mate to my wife. But the husband has added her to the old school union because of America. And he's calling my wife to tell my wife, say, Mawo America. Na onimana. And my wife say, and nanka onimaden then never ba. So my wife say nyahwe. I see, my any juju. The question is, me what about America? Why you think that you have close friends like this? So ask myself, if you are very close to my wife, if my wife hears that I'm having sex with her close friend, why should he be worried? Because if you are close friends, you should be able to share together. What do you mean, Nasir?
And you be an share.
What is wrong with sharing?
No.
Sharing
is caring only on it.
What do you mean, Nasir?
Sharing is carrying on the limit.
Feel good, CMU. I want the limit. Feel good, hear me. Do you think that some of us at times, we put ourselves in such troubles? Every day I tell Ochami Kwame, you know Ochami Kwame, the rap doctor.
Yeah.
That there are mistakes I have made. Unfortunately for me, I have not yet cheated on my wife. But I can't promise myself it will happen if my financial status changes from where I am now.
So are you low now or you're high now?
I am where I am, I'm getting close to high.
Oh, okay.
And because of iPhone 13, I am careful. Now, what I'm saying is this. I was always too low here. And I'm in family, I've only slept with my wife. But after going deeper in psychology and reading, I realized that it was more a self-emotional blackmailing. That I'm creating a particular pattern that will hurt me. Makasa or chami kwa mintie. And I'm sorry, ya. Should you ever to groom? I have never cheated on my wife before. What is wrong with this boy? Do we think that the success of marriage is when you've not cheated on your wife? No, it's not.
That I agree.
But cheating is part of marriage.
That I disagree.
No, your disagreement is because, let me explain. And I know I'm getting into my things.
Yes.
Feel good. Listen carefully.
Mm-hmm.
Cheating is recognized when there's a registered relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Which means, in inference,
mm-hmm.
if you are not married,
there's no
cheating. Marriage is customarily registered,
mm-hmm.
you can't cheat.
Right. That is
right to cheat is associated with marriage.
That I agree.
So cheating is part of marriage. But the choice to do it is a personal decision. So why do you hit it on the face? If you have not cheated on your wife, does it make you the best husband?
No.
What nonsense is that?
No, that one
I agree. Because that is where the problem is. Because at the end of the day, it's leading us to a place where everybody is watching you. So will you do it? Why wouldn't you do it? I get my own.
Yeah.
Cheating is part of marriage. And women should never blame themselves to be the reason why their husbands are cheating.
True.
Because you can give your husband 7 times sexual intercourse. He can still be doing it because there's nothing you can do to keep the man. This spousal murder. He has killed him. He has poisoned him. He has killed her, whatever. It's as a result of this thing that we are telling the people. Cheating is part of marriage. And there's an antidote for cheating. The law gives you right to prove infidelity. So Ocham Kwame goes and says that one of the things that breaks marriages is infidelity. I say it's not true. Because infidelity cannot break marriage. And I gave an example that marriage, you can choose your marriage like an egg or like a rope. Feel good. When egg breaks, you lose it.
Mm-hmm.
It means it's no more. Break the marriage and go. But when your marriage is like a thread or a rope, when it gets torn, you will tie it.
Right.
At the end of the day, the rope will become shorter. The knot will constantly remind you.
Do you realize?
And you hide the knot.
Counselor, with that analogy, depending on how you tie the knot, if you tie it very strong, it doesn't break again at that point. So why aren't you showing it?
I will see the knot.
Right, yeah.
No, it's not by me breaking. We will always see the knot.
Mm-hmm.
But because you don't want people to see the knot, you constantly want to hide the knot if you are doing anything. The choice is yours. Why are we making sleeping behind your husband, sleeping behind your wife as the yardstick of a good wife and a good husband? So you chance somebody send me an audio. Feel good. It's so painful, that an audio that a friend was sending to somebody came on her phone. And the husband is punishing her because of the audio. You know, there are some men that will insist in their psychotic mind, speak the truth, even if it's a lie.
That falls under the emotional abuse that some people go through in their marriages. So,
but we don't have emotional abuse and fire, huh?
Yeah, unfortunately.
That's what we think. And now it's my cross.
I have to bear
I have to carry it. As like the church, you go to SDA, you go to Apostolic Church, you go to ICGC, you go to the Catholic Church. Almost all the churches are bombarding people with emotional breakdown.
Let me tell you something, right? This afternoon, Area will be from USA, and he was telling me about Odola or go through with the wife or in the Wahono. To the point, he said sometimes about no kiss kind one or so. Sometimes when we talk about some of these things, we only think it's it only happens to a man, or like a man na abusing a man, but a man also be abusing a man, papa, especially emotional abuse. A man must suffer more emotional abuse than a man even does. Yes.
Figo, let me tell you one of the painful things. And as you will understand it more, maybe PK will be far from it. But as a clinical person, what it takes for a man to erect is the 8 pints of blood rushing into a soft tissue, which is very, very serious. You can have a wife who, because she's angry, will deny you sexual intercourse after you are erected. Then they are asking you foolish questions. Let me say foolish questions in context. And you just say, "Me, worry me." Sorry, me kwa pen na de me. And you just sure say uni obi anda wo machi. Once you have erected, and edia odi me o feelings there. Are you feeling happy with me? Do you think we can do this for the rest of our life? Am I good in bed? Once you are erected, some women deny you cry. Someone can't tell me so me better. And I want man got ya brim sir. And at the end too shed away. Da. Somebody told a man who was erected.
Hey, this topic has been
or say, they be no pass sorry. Unsua morning devotion. Edie na wesua. And nesua morning devotion. And the woman didn't stop it there. Those who watch me remember this story. Went to the office. And you know girls. Told the friends. And the judge got sorry, because on your morning devotion. So when the man went back to pick the wife, the friend said, "Hey, Dr. Prayer Warriors." You see? The man was emotionally broken.
Oh, yes, you'll be.
They live in Oyibi.
You'll be.
When he went to drop the wife, he took the car from Oyibi. And he said the only thing in his mind was, come to Achimota overhead and drive his Opel Cadet over the bridge to die. On his way to Achimota overhead, he got to a radio station, former radio station called Channel R. There was this young girl studying and stopping for a car. He didn't know where he was going. He was just going to commit suicide. But he said when he passed, then he stopped and asked the girl, "Oh, call him." The girl said, "Bacho me call a pass." Then Bacho call him a simo baby na miniska. Ma ponsku misika nyam because I photocopy with the misrao. Minya nipa bone. So he gave the girl a lift. But look at the thing. The thing is that he's going to commit suicide. But the girl was going to La Paz. So will you drop the girl and go and commit suicide? He said when the girl sat inside, started appreciating him, that he asked himself, if there is somebody I'll give a lift and will appreciate me like this, then dying will not be the low thing. Let me drop this girl at La Paz. Also do La Paz, nobody say again. So which part of La Paz are you going to? The girl was feeling shy to show where her house is. The man said where he took the girl, he asked himself, it's so painful. And gave the girl 50 Ghana cedis. 50 then. Gave the number to the girl. And the girl thanked and said, if we have men like you living in Ghana, we will always meet our angel. You are my angel. One thing leads to another. They started a relationship. The man said immediately he started a relationship with the girl. He didn't know where money came from. He bought Polo Classic for the girl. Changed the residence of the girl. Whilst he was still driving Opel Cadet. Then somebody got to know and went to tell the wife. Then they went to look for the girl. Not be small beatings. This is how the story came to me.
Right.
But I brought this in picture because it was a request to know how to pray instead of sex. So I'm saying that the emotional trauma we go through, the utterances, that as if to say, a best husband is the best father.
But
I've come to believe that you can be a best father by a wrong husband.
That is also
condoning to evil.
Yes.
But feel good. This Ochiami Kwame's position. I've not cheated on my wife. He is leaving a negative mark for himself in a way. I don't know if you understand where I'm coming from.
I sure do.
Psychologically.
Mm-hmm.
This thing is not helping him. And it's like people are applauding him for what he's doing. There's nothing religious about what he's doing. Nothing. So that people will use this for examples. You see how Chami Kwame, I interviewed Chami Kwame and he said it on record that when he has a deal with you, he will bring his children and wife to have a discussion. I was like, what? He says, yes. So it means there's nothing you can have a discussion with him that will call it privacy. The wife must know. That is our topic that I am trying to understand. Where do we draw the line? That's why I am, my brother. Where do we draw the line between privacy and secrecy?
Okay, so since we are getting home with the topic, let me give my preamble to that. And we started with all sorts of relationships.
Yes.
All sorts of relationships. I would say, first of all, so only what comes out of your mouth is what the next person will know. Hence, it is very important what you say, where you say it,
good,
and how you say it.
Good.
Very important.
Good.
What you say, when you say it, and how you say it. And let me add, who you say it.
When you say it,
how you say it, and who you say it to. Yes.
Wow.
Extremely important. Because if you do not get any of this right, for want of better expression, you are doomed forever. Because now, you go tell your pastor X, Y, or Z, before you told him, no, wait till the preaching is paying. When we examples say you're the preachings, you work at somewhere where you try to tell people about your business. First of all, ask yourself, do they tell you about this? Two, also ask yourself, say, what that make no what is the essence of me saying it at this place? Where you say it, and when you say it, who was there? Where was the place? Why are you even saying it? If I so bad also. Sometimes I'm not for two ebinum for. They like to use the examples of others to let someone feel that you are not alone in your position. So once again, who are you saying it to? If you are saying it to someone...
No, Papa, feel good, I'm coming. 1 minute, boss. Doug, hear me. What of those who want to use themselves? Honorable Kofi Juma, the CEO of Georg.
Yeah.
Yes. Whose son just had opportunity to marry the president's third daughter recently.
Right.
Was accused of bribery and corruption in Georg.
Right.
When he mounted the platform.
Right.
Do you know what he said? He said, so there are times that we want to use our weakness to battle the truth. I tell people every day, I will never marry if I am poor. Because women will never forget your state when you got married to them. A man had mild stroke. And his pressure keep going up. When I had time with him, I see you know the way they bought the house, and the wife has told all the children that if he didn't struggle, like they will not come and finish this house in La Paz. And I am 70 or see a coto. They be idea my 85, 89. And you know where I'm coming from.
Oh, yes. I have a couple of patients like that.
So the time that some of us, Charlie.
No, what's it? Using an example is not a bad thing in itself. But I was trying to make a point to say, so only obi kasanes or yeah examples we all do, especially in our field, we all do. Because you say in fact hunting a prisoner ni area anho. So it's always good to give examples. Right. That one is not necessarily wrong, right? But then if I give an example of someone's case, I leave a lot out to say, unim asemno crampo na, you will not be able to pinpoint to the story or to the person.
Congratulations.
Okay.
Thank you.
And or my examples are they will give enough specifics that if you know the person and not even the story, you can place the person in the story. What do I say? Obisano, I was talking about when, who, how, you, and then be careful about what you say, right? Secrecy. So Obisano, if you realize that this is the style of the person now, how much do you want to tell the person? Do you get my point? So we talked about spiritual leaders, Pt2 in the society, public figures. That's yes, right. We understand. Yes. You want to share something with them. Yeah. But in knowing who they are, what they say, where they say, and how much they say, you should be careful what you share with them.
You're talking about your pastor.
Correct.
Even I think that is where our biggest problem is. Oh,
yes, because it's a big Crawford that the pastor look like but that is not true. And you're correct because you want to pursue and say they are what media. So we have the personality before the profession
of God.
Yes, but he's not God. And you know, we have the personality before the profession. So because of his personality, he's someone who talks loosely. So regardless of his profession, he will still do it. What the channel? And you know, nipa pedimu bia o area mu on ma obi akwadan no. So okwada se odi di nkomo a, say no ka nsem. It should let you know say what I'm going to tell this man may end up somewhere else. So you want to be careful. So that is the word of caution I'm trying to sound out there. Let us be careful what we say, when we say it, who we say it, and why we are saying it. And yes, Sana, yes, it is important and need comfort in someone. But me kwa catch it. Ube rieno, no, do I share na. What do I say? Either that, and also say rieno, no, I say aqua. So you might want to be careful. Now, I've also noticed this. Counselor, you know, say in this profession, there's more women than men. Okay? When you go to work and then they're talking at the station and all of that now, sometimes you ask yourself for say, into money abuja penny. Somebody will order by just about the buy human no more the car. And you know, I'm trying to make a point to say, even when you go to work and you have to discuss something, talk about something, be careful what you share about your personal life and what you deem to be secret. Because there's no secret between 2 or 3 people. No. At that point, Elizatu, say microphone bear Twitter and must have read the cowbell milk. So at that point, the public announcement and your secret, right? So you might want to be careful. Obi oh, Charlie, we what if one can't show you. Then you go tell that person your story. It will be narrated the same way. Oh, Kasla, what is a feel good? Oh, PK, what is a feel good? Oh, Araba, what it? Then you by the time realize it's all over the place. So that is the other point I'm making. So 1, even people in authority, let's be careful. 2, even at our workplaces, let's be very careful. 3, with our friends. May the back point in this war about the spousal one. Even with our friends, let us be very careful. Mama Cho, they all want to be paying. Okay? There won no obi pay. Yes. Enti no you say oh madam for pay ni me na kwa nakra. Enti we dey me ka che no. Hwe wa hwe ni obeyi we fi no because of pe ho no ma hye. Either so pe ho no ma hye na so pe so ne yepe. So either way no it's easy for you say for her so be ma odi egu. Na one na yepe. I don't know if you've seen this trendy video recently where guy be at all car the girl birthday no person the command no try watermelon no the key car key no watermelon. So the girl was with her friends and presenting watermelon as the birthday gift. This lady got so angry. Other friend at the party told her say offer watermelon if she got the cheap. Okay, so you in your right senses looking at the watermelon bigger the guy's head and then try to hit the guy with the watermelon. She surely did. And then it busted open. There fell the car key. And I'm afraid of who said, oh, God, yes, oh, would you no? She didn't have that patience. Or the boy that car key do to oh, thank you. So I'm sorry. What the guy anytime the car key, I know people. So now you are either becoming the same as that person, or that person is going to replace you. So I'm making a point to say, be careful who you talk to, who you listen to, because they may either want you to be like them, or they may want to replace you. Because if you are not the worse than Odie. So you might think you're going through the worst situation and you try to tell the person everything. But then as you tell them, they realize they say, yours is even much better. And to do their own power, when you are in a movie, they ever occupy. So that is the other thing too, even with our friends. Now, let's come into relationships. As you said, certain things are reserved for marriage. And throughout the dating processes, at every point, you piecemeal your information. Because where is my information going to end? And I always tell people, so say, test someone with your secret by giving them what if it is divulged. And I say, so it is something I wouldn't mind sharing myself. But what I want to do is make a show with the intention say but so be so and family. Okay. And to the make a show that for there, meaning so say same way say no. George and Kwana Makache no. Therefore, if I hear it anywhere else, I know it came from George. Do you get my point? And there are certain things where I don't care if anybody hears, I don't care whether it's public or private, right? But I just want to keep it private. In that case, I tell you, I hear it from somewhere else, or you go tell somebody else. At that point, I know say must I forget it. Nothing comes to you anymore. Unless the same person your public announcement. Okay? This is a PK person
about a wife.
No, I'm coming there.
No, we're talking about a wife.
No.
We're talking about the level because the old canons, but the old canons, you know. I had to say, I catch him because when I can earlier on in your submission, that there are times in the way you don't have anybody to talk to. It makes you more stressed.
Yes, it does.
So you also need people.
That is true. But we said that you care about relationship. So I was trying to build from.
Yeah, I get it.
If you write that one on
from the office to
and you narrow it down, but into about in a relationship, and now we're getting into marriage. So now you've tried, you've tested, you've done all of that. You've gotten to the point where, okay, now I'm in this marriage with this person. And the answer who do our now we'll go through all the trial period, right? So you've tried to see what you're comfortable sharing with her or him. You've tried to see how much that person, how much our own can, and all of that. So you've tested all that. So now that you've tested it, you have a premise based on which you decide to share what kind of information versus the other. Do you get my point? I don't give prescriptive diagnosis to people. Yes, say, men, yes, say. No, I give you the premise. You make your determination because Obia need your womb. Do you get my point? But I'm trying to tell you what you should do before you make that determination. And before you determine, say, make this much. I am intimidated that I've shown him or her my nakedness. Why can't I show why can't I empty my mind?
Yeah, like the state of the guy. If I've
Yes.
seen your nakedness, why can't I tell you everything?
But and then I me catch her and they copy for him. What was it? Nobody be on the man. You have to be careful, even if or even when you are in marriage. Me personally, the Obusamia, I would say my personal opinion is open book. Because still baby no baby yeah no the nyame ameka cho.
No, but watch it here. No, that is my issue. Dog, hear this. So before marriage, you say what must be known, and you are not there. You expect that it has passed. I work with Dr. Phil Good for 7 years in his office, and I thought the two of us were going to get married before we all part ways. Our relationship was nice, but we never got married. So I realized that we're good, but I mean not good like that. We had a good relationship. So you tell your guy before marriage. Now they enter into marriage. They are sitting there one day. Then he pulls back again to that statement. I just want to have a clarity on something. My mind is not straight. Do you want to say that for the number of years you were with Phil Good, the two of you never had sex? I mean, after maybe 5-6 years of marriage, a conversation you had with him, he wants to get clarity. And I feel hurt when you tell me that I want to clear this thing from my mind. So help me with the truth so I clear it.
So it means for the past 5 years, you have not cleared your mind.
No, that is where I get offended. Feel good. You have gone to look for an information. And then you come to me as a husband and say, this is what they are saying. I want to clear my mind. So tell me, what is it to clear my mind? Am I in your mind? I get where I'm coming from.
I do.
You secretly break to go and read my email. I left my email, my laptop. Then you go and read messages. All of a sudden, we are lying in the evening. I see you have mood swings. You are giving me cheeky answers. I ran through my head. What have I done to warrant what you are doing? So I'm quiet. I think, So I start my guilt probing. What is it? Did I say anything? Then I lobby you. The first thing you hear is this. I thought I was the only one. Anytime I mention the name of this girl, you fight with your blood. So whatever you send to me, you copy her. So the dress you bought, she took you to the salon and you bought the things for me. What do you see me in this relationship? If you want to marry too, tell me. Then you are confused. What is happening? Then they mention the person's name. It rings a bell. You say, so what brought, has she called you? What did you get this from? Called me? I've always been looking for the opportunity to have the truth. Because my heart keeps beating anytime you mention her name. I just read in your email that you and her have done ABCD. Oh my God.
Counselor, let me narrow it down.
Then they're expecting you.
Ebia, she read in the email
this thing from their head.
Atarena Ottoman.
I'm sleeping with her. Atarena I'm got to many girl ne call too quiet no. Me call Dubai, girl I'm in call Dubai. Girl not sending me mail appreciating my sexual abilities and everything. Girl not sending me a business Atarena ye to any fitting madam ana. Wako reading everything about me and the girl before we got married. Right now, she's telling me, "Say, membuano. Na nyama na wako kaino. Oh, infinite team now. How do I do it? Why not say cocaine? That's what I'm looking for, privacy and secrecy.
Right. So
this thing is that, do you know what it means? I have exposed that other girl.
Correct.
Because what she was sending to me
was meant to be private.
She believed that she was sending something to me in private. It's like I call you feel good in your car. Then you pick on Bluetooth. I feel disrespected. That's me. Because maybe we have a term we use. Or I call you and you tell me, hey, Masa, you are on Bluetooth. Oh. I feel you don't respect me. That's me. Because you see, how do we protect the other person? Is it because it's a wife? I remember when I was young, I went to my senior pastor's house to go and share something with my senior pastor. Then she tells me, oh, wait, let me call Mama to come and listen. Do you know what I did? I changed what I was coming to talk about. That's my senior pastor. That I come and want to talk to you, I'm bringing your wife. What nonsense is that? The two shall be one for the way. So that is why I'm coming. Where do we put your problem?
So, who say your casa be say a near one and your time? And I said there's not a what's your Bibiano in a context? So I'm using it in a context, so to Councillor. I'm saying this to say, and nobody will. Huh? What's it? Abraham so
Gina near about yepe ma abe batte kakra before we close. Meet you, Basa.
Okay, I'm saying this to say now, say ebane say ebia one who say oba you see oh atare na de come madam no efete na now you feel say me to bibia mawa just me buso be foforo. So now you feel say there's someone more superior to you than you, right? And that's more superior to you. So my question is
the way you feel.
That is how the lady will feel, like your wife will feel, right?
Yes.
It gives your wife, simply put, it gives your wife a sense of insecurity, right?
Yes, but she doesn't see it as service.
Yes.
I'm using somebody to serve her.
Thank you. Let me know. I'm not endowed with feminine stuff. And there is this good friend of mine that can assist me in picking the right item for my wife, who knows her well. Your color, you can say, I know me not to the color, me pe unim papa size, unim say, share, me share high heel, me share high heel nibi. And in a high heel no crampo no minimum differences. And you know, oba na o shebino. And the bit my chair say, oh, you know, up a pencil, dear, and also up a heel that I say a flat, and also so up a dear, I see the na ye poti, so poti say mighty power, and as I say ginger with honey, no. Oh, I don't know the combination, the choice are open. It's just a minimum so open high heel show minimum. By high heel, what would draw no minimum? So I need someone who wears one, and I said someone who can educate me on it to be able to pick the right thing for you. Really, why
that girl? She says, why that girl?
Yes, why?
Why do you use that girl?
So now you start to have too many questions that there are no answers to them.
Oh my God!
And why you know? The councillor there are nebeni. Say that plan is here. Questions. Let me read it. You know, the problem they say you busa questions are. Esa say moye ni hontino. When you moye na yes yeah. Well, near conclude you are cheating with that person. But let me tell you something. Not every question has an answer. Because no, Councillor, I'm saying it in this context.
Yeah. Women don't believe that thing.
But that is the case, you know. That is the case. Not every question has an answer. Because answer may dey ma on any answer open, but I know no no. They said the council okay earlier no. You want to force me to speak your truth, but that is not the truth.
Yes.
When
that is how they are.
Say, oh yeah, they make no creno, but again, no creno. Ain't no man can no creno woman. But the problem is, me can no creno woman so no unjindi. And this is an answer, oh, forcing me my make and trona manaba or no cre. Which is also a problem. And what I'm saying is, let's stick to anything I'm going to say near who are any time. And then maybe on my if you any baby, a bisu who samai, a bisu who samai. Either way, no, you see what you don't want to see. Either way, you see what you don't want to see. And you know, sometimes limited information is good. But what I also say is, we're talking about secrecy in marriage, right? What I'm saying is, you've tested everything. What you've done all of that. You've done all the trials. So you know what is comfortable to say, what is not comfortable to say to the person. And you know,
a good husband.
Does that make you a good husband?
You choose what to say or not what to say. Yes.
Yes, it does make you a good husband because
you and your wife are one.
Yes, we are one. We are one, and there are no two ways. We are still very one. But as I said, personally, my policy is open book. I'd rather let you know than to find out. But what I'm saying is, it doesn't work for everybody else. So know what works for you. So okay, open book. Masa, you better take book no cover. Ni inside. Ni bibia. Even writer no crap, they'll go after the writer. PK baker, they'll kill the baker and burn down the bakery. You might want to be careful. You don't know what floats your boat and do it. Say yes, I know. Say oh, kofa bibia say oh, ana yeah. You may be hanging yourself because he may not fully understand the story. Then it creates a scar or a mark in his mind as to say, say me okay, now you're asking yourself, say, so let's deal with open minds. The other thing, so that I say me I don't mean to no worry me. It is a mechanism, childness, a champion, you're going to question yourself. Baby, me who they meet me, I catch on, they meet me, can't you? So now we're going to live in a marriage where it seems like I'm hiding something, but really I'm not. Because me they meet me, I catch you, or be comfortable with or uncomfortable with. So it gets to a point where after there, I'm receiving over information as to whether women can, I'm a counselor in the PA there. But men catch and they say you call Araba Honum. Because Araba Bema, then it's like I didn't know Araba Honum. Right? And to make us say, oh, men counselor PA. Na minja baby a call any fee. A chance of who say, oh, when the counselor PA book Araba, I didn't know one fan counsel book Araba. Hey, it becomes the honor once again how you've studied the person and understood the person. And yes, idea.
But let me ask you a question. You know you have something called easy pass in this country. Okay, so a couple has an easy pass, like you and your wife, and then it's registered in her name. Just about the end of the month.
Easy pass on our audience all over the world.